about this flood, when Esau comes in like a flood, the Lord is going to lift up a huge standard. That standard we were talking about, which we got into with the spiritual powers in Psalm 110 and 3. That people shall be willing in the day of thy power. What do you think that power is? That power is this super strength, flying, rocking, not fainting, and running and not being weary. Okay, which it goes into that in Isaiah 41, around the last verse. Isaiah 41 in verse, I'll start at 26. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting Elohim, the Yahweh, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not. So the Most High doesn't faint. Same thing is going to do for us. The spiritual powers are what the Most High is naturally, not fainting, not being weary. Neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. Oh, that's why it says also in Isaiah 55 and verse 8. Isaiah 55 and verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor your ways my ways, says the Yahweh. Okay, so you can't be a simple nigga with this truth, man. Isaiah 55 and 8, and it reads here. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Like these fools here honking this shit. So, verse 29, he giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increase of strength. That's super strength there. 29, 30, I mean, and even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. 31, but they that wait upon the Yahweh shall renew their strength, super strength, and shall mount up with wings as eagles. That's flying. They shall run and not be weary, and shall walk and not faint. Being fast, man. With certain brothers are gonna have to be running. Because the military is gonna be looking for us. Trapping us. They might even be like, hey, these people got superpowers and we need to kill them. They're a threat. So yeah. You know, they're gonna be trying to kill us, man. But there's gonna be more brothers who are gonna be living than dying though. And getting spiritual powers and stuff. Yeah, I'm just guessing that you're the spirit. Isaiah 59 and 19, where Esau comes in like a flood, meaning his military, to stop the word, of course, which is in Amos 8 and 11. Okay, they're going to be going to the north, down to the east, looking for the word, but it's not going to be there. They're going to be trying to find this word, but it's too late. But it's not going to be for them. It's not going to be out there no more. Going also into 2nd Esdras chapter 5 and 11. One lash also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous God through thee? And they shall say no. At the same time shall man hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. Exactly. Allah is going to say to another, is righteousness that make a man righteous gone through here? They're going to say no. Because the prophets are going to be a rare jewel in those days. Okay, we ain't rare now because we're out here prophesying, blowing the trumpet. I'm gonna get that Amos again. Amos 8 and 12. Amos 8 and 12, and it reads here. And they shall wander from sea to sea, from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Yahweh, and shall not find it. And that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. Go also into Isaiah 41. Even the youth shall faint and be weary. Because also once they see those spiritual powers, they're going to want to hear the word even now, even more. And we're already going to be closed. The prophet's store is going to be closed already, man. Isaiah 41 in verse 31. I mean 30. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. Isaiah 33 and 6. First I'm going to get Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make it made more precious than fine gold, even it made than the golden wedge of Ophir. So that's how precious we're going to be, how rare we're going to be. Like the Leviathan's rare, like a rare species they see, they haven't seen, that they can't find, and that's how we're going to be. Like this one tiger and lion, a rare animal they couldn't see, like the dodo bird. Okay, like the Loch Ness, like the mammoth, the woolly mammoth. That's how rare we're gonna be. Yeah, you're also gonna have the Leviathan coming out also, man. Probably during World War III. Or shit, or even before World War III. Who knows, man? So again, that's Isaiah 13 to 12. I will make it man more precious than fine gold. That man being on the elect man of Satan of the Hawashai. Even it man did the golden wedge of Ophir. So and why we're gonna be rare? Because we're not gonna have this stress, heart anxiety, and sorrow and pain. This is Isaiah 33 and 6. And Isaiah. we're going to be that golden wedge of fear. I mean, we're going to be more precious than the golden wedge of fear. This is Sirach 2 and 5. That's going into how much people are going to be wanting to find us and look for us. That's also going into this, the Most High touching us. This is Isaiah 2 and 5. The gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Acceptable man in the furnace of adversity, man. Isaiah 48 and 10. This is Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. That's how rare we're going to be. The Most High is going to refine us so much, we can't even, you're not even going to be able to, man, shut the fuck up. The Most High is going to refine us so much, you're not even going to be able to, we're not even going to be, we're going to even be more valuable than gold. It's going to come out a diamond. It's going to go in like gold, dross gold, it's going to come out like a diamond in gold. Some shit you never heard of. So that's why it says there in Isaiah 12 and 14 to 12, it says there 13, so I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man that the golden wedge of fear. That's why they're going to be looking for us so much. Also going into Micah 7 and 18. Who is Elohim like unto thee that pardoneth iniquity and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? No, not that one. Micah 7 and verse 5. It says in hold on, let me try to find it, bear with me here. This is what it says in Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 19. Behold, at that time will I undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. So we're going to be famous. They're going to be looking for prophets those days, man. Like in the movie The Book of Eli with the dude, the white guy who was trying to find the Bible and shit, because they couldn't find the Bible, because all those were destroyed. So that's how we're going to be like this Bible here. Okay, and so that's why it also goes into Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32 and 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, at the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. 33 and 6. And this is why we're going to be rare. Because Isaiah 33 and 6, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. Because we're going to only be the only ones with this knowledge and wisdom, the stability of the times we're going to enter into. Right now, there's words come flooding the earth right now. But it's gonna be a flood, man. It's gonna be a drought, though. And so that's when they're gonna be trying to find us. And they're really gonna be looking for us, man. And so that's also why a lot of women are gonna be cleaving us, trying to find the man of the Lord. As Isaiah 32 and 10. 9. Rise up, you women that are easy, hear my voice, because his daughters give you unto my speech. 10. Many days and years shall you trouble, you kill his woman, for the bitches shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Turn you women that are easy, be trouble, careless ones. Strip you and make you very good sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teeth, for the fruit pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. I'm going to close out with Isaiah 4 and 1. First, I'm going to get Isaiah 3 and verse 18. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tickling ornaments about their feet, and their cords and their round tires like the moon. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets of the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glass and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. Instead of sweet smell there shall be stink. Instead of a girdle a rent, instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomach a girdle of sackcloth. And burning instead of beauty, thy man shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And her gates shall lament and mourn, as she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Verse 1. Remember not that creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I had no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. And the day when the keepers of the house, nor the clouds return after the rain, because it's going to be a cloudy ass day for these careless verses city here. In that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves in the grinder seats, because they are few, meaning nobody's going to be working. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. The sound of the garden is low, and he shall rise up at the sound of the bird, and all the stars of music shall be brought low. Also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. And the desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Or ever the silver cord is or be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. Then shall thus return to earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Elohim who gave it. Vanity of vanity, save the preacher all his vanity. Because everything all here is going to be, it's all basically going to be vanity. Because with martial law, chaos, purge happens, all of this happens. Uncivil unrest. That's why they show you that in these movies, because it's going to happen. That's why it says here, Isaiah 28 and 10, for precept must be upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. 13. But to the word of the Yahweh is unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken, and snare their tick. Isaiah 39 and 10. The Lord hath poured seers have he covered, and the vision of all is broken unto you as the words of his book that is sealed, which man delivered to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot read this seal. Because this book is sealed with 7 seals to those it ain't 4. But it's open unto us who have this knowledge and wisdom. Because it's a ticket, it's basically a guide to what's going to happen with martial law and everything. That's why Isaiah 33:6, which reads on, fear the Lord is his treasure. These words are our treasure. They're gonna be what's gonna lead us to salvation, man. That's why. You got Chucky bouncing the fucking horn over here, doesn't know what the fuck's happening. Okay. And also, yeah, with that election. So thank you for doing that. With that election, also with Donald Trump and Biden. You got white dudes who are saying that if Biden wins, they say they're gonna be shooting up public places. That's what they said. So if this election coming up, you know, people are stupid. This shit's nothing compared to what's really gonna happen. I mean, they weren't doing that when Trump and Hillary Clinton were in office, so, you know. Why not beats me? But that's because it's probably prophecy for these dumb chuck bucks over here. That's why Isaiah 4:1 reads, and in that day said woman shall take hold of one man, because a man's going to be rare. Going back to Isaiah 14:12, the Lord making a man more precious than fine gold. Say we're eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. That's how desperate they're going to be. Or let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And being called by a man's name means the woman letting him go in unto her. Genesis 29 and verse 43. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. That's what makes a marriage, having sex. Not a fucking ring or nothing like that. You don't gotta be married to have sex. You could have sex already. Sex makes the marriage already. That's what makes the marriage, okay? So that's what these Christians don't understand. And that's why it's all a lot of feminism in these false Christianity. Because they make a Jake think he needs to get married before he has sex. That's all he feminine. It's not how it works. Sex makes the marriage. 33 verse 12 reads, "As for my people, children are their brethren, and women rule over them. All my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths." Okay. So that a woman being over a man is gonna end up real quick when all hell breaks loose. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. So it's going to be a time like no other. Is he the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. But he's going to be saved out of it. Jacob is going to be saved out of it. I'm gonna close out now, man. Isaiah 4:1 now. Isaiah 4:1. And that they said, "What would you take hold of?" One man said, "We eat only on bread and we are on apparel only lest we call it diet to take away our reproach." So God, man, with that, Esau is the edge of the road, Jacob's the beginning of it, that followeth. Basically sums it all up, man. That's our second edge of 6 and 9. Chapter 6 and verse 9 there. Esau being the end of this road, which is this empire right here, America. Jacob being the one that follows, being the righteous kingdom. That call of the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakadash. One last shot at these people here. Babylon the Great, the spirit of slumber. They don't know what's happening. They don't know they don't see what's gonna happen. Passing by. A lot of people, look at this. You got a lot of people out here enjoying their last 2 raws, bro. It's blurry, but there's more people down there. And not one person actually listened. I bet you not one person actually listened. So man, that shows you itself the Most High is going to destroy a lot of these people, man. With that, man, our praise and glory goes to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakadash. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakadash. Young Teachwell, and even to the 1/3 who's sincerely following this truth and being in order. Okay, that's true 2/3, that's 2/3. Nashim wa Bayim wa Harayim wa Mispayim Alka Yabinawa wa Adamawamyam wa Madawamyam wa 2/3, man. The Risari Yasharala. By the hour, man. Focus. It's not good focus, man. It's not even focus. Okay, but yeah. I mean, they can rejoice, man. Okay, because we know their time is very short. That's why they always come out with songs that talk about, let's go out with a bang. If you know it's on the radio. Like that one Edomite singer who sings that song. Where it goes like, you know, let's go out with a bang. And that's the chorus there. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to go out with a deadly, horrible, painful bang though, okay? It's not going to be some celebration bang and shit. Like in 2012, that's why they're trying to shit. Because they thought they knew the exact time. You ain't gonna know the exact time, man. That would defeat the whole purpose. Okay? If you're walking like this man here, lost, confused, man. Shit. Yeah, they'll be walking like this Edomite right here, dude. They'll be walking like that. He's walking better now, but hey, they're gonna be walking like his ass, not knowing where the fuck they going. Worse than that, dude. 10 times worse than that. This shit. Okay. Doing the limbo walk. All backwards and shit. That, man. Peace and blessings, salutation to the hopeful elect. Lord, they willing, and I pray all this edifying. Till next time, Lord willing, and Shalom.